The sea splits. A shadow rises, vast, coiled, alive. They call you Leviathan, first weapon of the tide, the ocean's living edge. Currents wrap your spine. Steam hisses from your breath. The waves boil. Your eyes are brighter than stars, older than sky. You stretch wide enough to cradle continents. Lightning dances above. Volcanoes bloom below. Prophets carved your name into stone. God traced the world's edge along your back. Step past the last island, past maps, myths, prayers, and find you waiting. You sink. Currents thicken around your coils. Let's turn to the verse the sea still remembers. In the book of Job, Leviathan wasn't a warning. It was a statement, not of evil, but of scale. God didn't punish you. He presented you. Proof that some forces are made not to be tamed, only witnessed. The ocean became a parable, and you its underline. The gods rose above the waves, cloaked in law, draped in light, and pointed their blades toward the deep. You watched from below with boredom. Their laws meant nothing in water. Their fire died in salt. So they sent their weapons down. Stars sharpened into spears. Angels hurled thunder like stones. Even time tried to split you, to trap your coils between past and future. But nothing held. You swallowed fire until the sea boiled. You dragged gods screaming into a trench and left their names behind. So they built myths like cages. They carved warnings into stone. They told mortals you slept, told each other you served. But the ocean never believed them, because every wave still moves like you, because every storm still speaks your name. Let me turn to the deep page. Leviathan isn't a threat, it's a challenge. God lists your powers not to condemn them, but to remind mortals, I made this. You still think you understand power. The sea became scripture, and you, its punctuation. And if you've read this far into the margins of myth, mark this tale with your favor, like the book, and let the sea know you were watching. They found your teeth before they found your name, stacked like mountains beneath the tide. Sailors called them islands, built shrines on your bones. The brave set sail to find your heart. The greedy came to steal it. You welcomed them. They floated for a moment, then scattered like dead stars. And still they came, with harpoons carved from myths. You watched them kneel at the edge of your eye, begging for mercy they did not understand. They named you sin, beast, chaos wearing scales. And so they came, harpoons tipped with thunder, chains forged in heaven's shadow, songs twisted into spells. They dragged gods into the tide, made oaths in blood and iron, and pointed everything at you. You rose from the trench like judgment wrapped in muscle. Waves cracked against your flanks. The sky split open just to watch. The first to strike was a king without a crown. He called himself chosen. His blades sank and vanished like all things that defy the deep. The second came cloaked in light, wings burning, voice soaked in scripture. You swallowed his choir in a single breath. Then came the ships. So many ships, a nation's worth of hubris, carved into wood and fire. You did not retreat. You circled, and as the sea turned red, they sang louder, as if noise could drown what never dies. In the old songs, you couldn't be slain, only witnessed. Even the angels, it said, kept their distance when you moved. Psalms named you king of the proud, not because you ruled them, but because you revealed them. Kingdoms didn't fear your wrath. They feared the mirror you held up. If the world faced a Leviathan now, would it dare to look? Tell me, what would it see? The sea grew quiet, broken masts drifting like splinters of memory. You slipped back into the trench. The ocean sealed behind your tail like a wound closing over bone. And the world forgot. Maps shrank. Myths softened. New gods spoke louder. Children heard your name and laughed. Priests called you symbol. But deep below, currents still pulse with your breath. Islands still shift when you turn. Whales sing your shape in long, mournful notes. You are not gone. You are waiting. Your coils loosen. Salt fractures around your joints like ancient ice. Currents buckle as the abyss makes room. Above, the sky shudders. Waves roll backward. Shorelines vanish. A tremor slides through the trench from within. The water thickens. Schools of fish scatter like shattered glass. The tide draws back, unsure of its master. A trumpet sounds from a storm with memory. The ocean claws upward. Waves collapse. Clouds break. Your spine carves miles through the sea. Just the momentum of something that waited too long. A city watches the shore vanish. A prophet drops their pen. The sun sinks behind your shoulder. Below the silence, your eye opens. Glaciers calve. Storms bloom without warning. Whales flee the trench singing one word, Leviathan. You rise slow. Inevitable. The ocean swells to greet you. Skies darken in reverence. A shape breaks the horizon, too vast for maps, too old for prayers. And now the world remembers. The sea remembers. Let us read. In the scrolls of twilight reckonings, it is recorded thus: when Leviathan doth stir, the sky forgets its height, and the deep unbindeth its ancient vow. Mountains bow beneath the sea's return. The stars blink once, then hide. For this is no mere beast, but the memory of chaos given breath. Not rage, but reminder. That order is borrowed, and the ocean always comes to collect. No chain holdeth, no name endureth. When the old one moves, all that was divided, land from water, sky from sea, becomes one again. If thou wouldst see what the tide remembers, if thou wouldst not look away when the abyss lifts its gaze, mark this scroll. Subscribe, and keep thy watch where storm meets silence. The horizon bends to hold you to mark the moment the story turns. Across the dust of shattered kingdoms, your brother waits. Behemoth, the land's defiance, horned and breathing mountains. He charges. You coil. The world watches, as ants near fault lines. Clash. Tide meets tectonic. Your jaws crack open trenches. His hooves split rivers in half. This is the final unwinding. Land and sea tearing down the curtain of time. The heavens split. Light floods the wounds. And from above, the blade. No man swings it. No name claims it. But it cleaves your destiny clean. Your blood steams into the entire ocean. Your body folds into itself, scaled mountains curling like petals. You are served. The righteous gather. The meat is bright as starlight, heavy as scripture. Your skin becomes walls. Your ribs, arches of a new city. You were the storm's memory, the sea's hunger, the proof that chaos once had a face. Lo, the final verse is near. Let us open the scroll. In the scrolls of ending flame, it is inscribed, Leviathan shall perish but once, and not by spear, nor storm, nor sword. Its flesh shall become a feast for the faithful. Its hide, a canopy for the just. Not slain, but surrendered. Not vanquished, but fulfilled. For the final beast does not fall in fury. It becomes the ground upon which peace is built. Leviathan isn't gone. In legend, its body becomes the feast, but its story becomes the sea. Every storm that rises too fast, every wave that moves against the wind, they still follow its spine. Not dead, just diffused. Chaos learned to whisper.